I used to believe life followed a steady rhythm, that love, loyalty, and marriage could somehow shield me from the worst storms. But that illusion shattered the day I got my diagnosis. I was 29, convinced I was in the prime of my life, when the doctor's words crashed into me like a speeding train. "It's aggressive," he said, "but treatable if we start right away." My thoughts spun wildly, trying to comprehend what chemotherapy, surgeries, and endless hospital stays would mean. But one thought cut through the noise. I needed my wife, Hannah, more than ever. When I told her, I expected fear, maybe tears, maybe anger at life's cruelty. What I didn't expect was her cold, calculated reply. "You're too expensive to save," she said, almost casually, as if she were talking about replacing a broken appliance, not her husband's life. Those words cracked something deep inside me. Not just trust, but the very foundation of the life we had built together. Her betrayal didn't just hurt emotionally, it shook the core of my existence. The next few hours felt like a blur. Hannah quietly packed her things, her expression a mix of fear and determination, as if leaving me was just another errand to run. I could barely process it. My body felt hollow from shock, my chest aching with a pain that no medication could numb. Nurses whispered. Doctors avoided my eyes. And I sat there, utterly alone. The woman I had trusted with my heart, my home, my future, had walked away when I needed her most, choosing convenience over commitment. The weeks that followed were brutal. The hospital became my world, its corridors my daily path, its machines my constant company. The steady drip of IVs became the background music of my days, and the sterile white walls echoed with my loneliness. But in that emptiness, I began to notice something profound, the people who truly stayed. Friends, co-workers, family, they showed up. They reminded me that loyalty isn't defined by romance, but by presence, by those who remain when everything falls apart. Every round of treatment, every test result, every sleepless night became a battle, not just against cancer, but against the ghost of betrayal that lingered inside me. Memories of Hannah haunted me. Our laughter, our plans, our quiet nights, all of it now stained by the truth. For her, it had been a facade. I wasn't only fighting disease. I was fighting heartbreak amplified by abandonment. Months passed. Treatments continued. Slowly, my body began to heal, and with it, my mind started to clear. I began to see something I hadn't before. Her leaving, as cruel as it was, had revealed a truth I'd been too blind to see. Love isn't loyalty when it vanishes in the face of hardship. Recovery, for me, became about more than surviving. It was about reclaiming my dignity, about refusing to wait for someone who had already chosen to walk away. As strength returned, I began to rediscover the pieces of myself I had buried for years. I wrote again. I painted. I reconnected with old friends. I lived. I remembered who I was beyond the shadow of her betrayal. Every new day became proof of my resilience, a quiet declaration that I would not be defined by her absence or by my illness. Then, one evening, months after she had gone, a message appeared on my phone. "I hope you're okay." It read, flat, perfunctory, empty. I didn't reply. My life had moved forward. The wounds, though still tender, were healing. I had learned a hard truth. People who abandon you in your darkest hour aren't meant to come back. And the best form of revenge isn't anger. It's thriving without them. In time, I met someone new. Someone who understood what loyalty truly meant. The courage to stay when life becomes unbearable. The difference between her and Hannah was almost jarring in its simplicity. I came to understand that love, trust, and commitment aren't just words. They're choices, proven not in comfort, but in crisis. Even now, when I remember Hannah's words, "You're too expensive to save," they still sting. But they no longer define me. They remind me of the boundaries I now keep, and the self-respect I will never again compromise. Pain, betrayal, and loss broke me, but they also built me. They shape resilience, self-worth, and a deep understanding of what partnership should truly be. Years later, I walk through life with strength and peace, knowing I survived more than an illness. I survived emotional devastation and rebuilt myself from it. That experience taught me something unshakable. Real love is proven through adversity, and those who leave you in darkness were never worthy of your light. I survived. I healed. I grew, because I refused to let betrayal write the ending of my story. Surviving cancer was only half the victory. Surviving heartbreak, reclaiming my dignity, and rebuilding my future was the true triumph. And though her words will never completely fade, the life I've built since, one filled with honesty, strength, and genuine love, is proof that her betrayal was never my failure. It was my freedom.